What happened to Jesus between the ages of 12 and 30? It is one of the greatest mysteries in biblical history. The Gospels tell us about the miraculous birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, the visit of the shepherds, the journey of the wise men, and his family's escape to Egypt. They also describe a remarkable moment when Jesus was 12 years old and amazed the teachers in the temple in Jerusalem. Then the story suddenly goes silent. For nearly 18 years, the Bible reveals almost nothing about the life of Jesus. Where was he during these hidden years? What was he doing? How did he prepare for the ministry that would eventually change the world? The last detailed account of Jesus before his public ministry is found in the Gospel of Luke. During the annual Passover pilgrimage to Jerusalem, Mary and Joseph realized that Jesus was missing after they had already begun their journey home. After searching for 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking questions. Everyone who heard him was amazed by his understanding and his answers. When Mary asked why he had worried them, Jesus replied, "Didn't you know I had to be in my Father's house?" Then Luke records a simple but powerful statement. Jesus returned to Nazareth with his parents, was obedient to them, and grew in wisdom and stature, and in favor with God and man. After that moment, the biblical record remains silent until Jesus appears again at about 30 years of age to be baptized by John the Baptist. Over the centuries, many theories have emerged about these missing years. Some legends claim that Jesus traveled to Egypt, Persia, or even India in search of wisdom. These stories are fascinating, but there is no reliable historical evidence to support them. Most biblical scholars agree that the simplest explanation is the most likely one. Jesus remained in Nazareth. Nazareth was a small village in the region of Galilee, far from the political and religious center of Jerusalem. Archaeologists estimate that only a few hundred people lived there during the first century. Life in Nazareth was simple and demanding. Families lived in modest stone homes. Most people worked with their hands, farming the land, caring for animals, or practicing skilled trades. The Gospel of Mark refers to Jesus as a carpenter. However, the original Greek word used is tekton, which can also mean builder, craftsman, or artisan. Many scholars believe Jesus learned this trade from Joseph. If so, Jesus likely spent many years shaping wood, building structures, repairing tools, and serving the needs of his community. These hidden years were not wasted years. They were years of preparation. By living among ordinary people, Jesus experienced the challenges of everyday life. He understood physical labor, family responsibilities, hardship, and the importance of community. Later, when he taught fishermen, farmers, merchants, and laborers, he spoke their language because he had shared their experiences. As a faithful Jewish man, Jesus would have attended synagogue regularly, studied the scriptures, observed the Sabbath, and celebrated important festivals such as Passover. He likely spoke Aramaic in everyday life, knew Hebrew for reading scripture, and may have understood some Greek because of the cultural influences in Galilee. When Jesus finally began his public ministry at around 30 years of age, people were astonished by his wisdom and authority. Perhaps the answer to that wisdom can be found in those hidden years. For nearly 2 decades, Jesus learned, worked, prayed, observed, and prepared. The silence of Scripture does not mean those years lacked significance. Instead, they remind us that growth often happens in hidden places. Before the miracles, before the crowds, and before history was changed forever, there were years of quiet preparation. The hidden years of Jesus reveal that ordinary life can have extraordinary purpose. Although we may never know every detail about those missing years, we can understand their deeper meaning. Before his ministry began, Jesus lived as one of us. And because he did, he understands our struggles, our responsibilities, and our hopes. Perhaps the mystery of the hidden years is not about where Jesus went. Perhaps it is about what he became. Through patience, humility, obedience, and preparation, he was ready for the mission that would change the world forever. What do you think happened during the missing years of Jesus? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to the Seventh Scroll for more biblical mysteries and ancient history.